Hi everyone, today we'll be answering your questions. I split them into these categories, so let's start. Who is the narrator? The narrator is Larry's subconscious that manifested as a defense mechanism from his trauma. It's meant to protect him from his actions in the real world as a way to try to maintain his sanity. Can the hybrids retain their consciousness and not be bloodthirsty? Nope. With how fast transformation occurs, the increase in adrenaline would make them go feral. Maybe if the transformations were slower or if they were given a long time to calm down, their consciousness could possibly resurface? How do other hybrids differ from Lamu? Do they also see a cartoon world? Only Lamu sees the world as a cartoon because he mutated when he was a child, hence the defense mechanism previously mentioned. The other hybrids probably see the world normally but in an extremely aggressive state. What happened to the hybrids in Sea Mongrel and Porkbound? Well, they died. The damage from our protagonists plus the mutation being extremely incompatible, they wouldn't have survived long in their mutated forms. Why was Max mutated like that? Max was decapitated by the Yorkshire, but he already consumed the solution before that. His body mutated and his mutated spine attached itself to his human head. That's why his head remains human-like. It's basically clinging onto a dead head. What happened to Kim and Theo? After Sea Mongrel, they lived on to their normal lives. You can find out more about them in the community post where they actually did their own Q&A. Is Senti home part of Hungry Lamu? It takes part in the same universe, but it doesn't contribute much to the overall story of the series. The small connection to it is that we play as Tasha's sister. Is the smoker guy, Corey, gonna make a comeback? Maybe he'll appear as a cameo in future games? Any future Hungry Lamu games or update plans? As I mentioned in the Hungry Lamu 2 devlog, Hungry Lamu 2 is the final installment of the series. There won't be any content updates to the games, at most bug fixes. I know a lot of you wanted a happier ending for Lamu, and he does have one. You can take one of the endings in the first Hungry Lamu as canon. What are the inspirations for the games? The whole concept of man-faced animals were inspired by Jinmen, a horror manga. The story is nothing like what I've developed though. Other inspirations, especially for Sea Mongrel and Porkbound, are Lisa and the Mother series. A lot of people have noticed that, and it's cool to see people catch the references. As for the story of Hungry Lamu 2, I actually took a page from The Last of Us 2, as that game also handles two protagonists with goals that go against each other. What is the inspiration for Untime specifically? The original concept for Untime was actually going to be more extraterrestrial, involving UFOs. I was heavily inspired by Jordan Peele's Nope, but unfortunately I couldn't write something compelling with the concept, and instead took inspiration from Rick and Morty's concept of time travel and just went with it. I'll talk more about the development of this game in a separate Untime devlog. There is a Nope inspired game called Thunderhead, and I think it was done pretty well. You should go check it out. How long did it take to develop your games? Hungry Lamu took me 2 weeks, Sea Mongrel took me 9 months, Porkbound took about 5 months, and Hungry Lamu 2 took me 7 months. I developed these games in different phases of my life where I was busier in some parts than others. I'm sure if I was working on it full time, I could have cut the development time. What's the design process for the hybrids? I usually start with the face design first, since they're the focal point of every hybrid. From there, usually just plastering an animal's body would be enough to make it uncanny, but some had extra details to give it more of a creep factor, like how the largemouth bear's mouth is stretched until the skin tears. Do you plan on doing different languages? And what about mobile games? I haven't experienced the workflow for localization in games yet, but I might give it a try in my future games as kind of practice. As for mobile games, I won't be porting any of the current games, but I might be making future games mobile compatible just for more people to play them. I do have a game called Kawaii Schoolgirl is a Dude Magnet that has mobile controls. What will future games be like? Will you try to fuse different genres? For now, I'm looking at focusing on more fun gameplay before anything else. So maybe my next few small games would be different genres. As for the next big game, I do have a genre in mind for it already. Any tips for game development? I would say to learn some basic concepts of coding, since you can apply that to a lot of different languages. Then pick a game engine you like and just try to develop small games like Pong or Snake just to get used to the workflow. Slowly you can start adding more unique features that you like. Make mistakes and learn from them. That's the best way to get better. Can you make a Hungry Lamu pin or a plush? I'm actually looking at revamping the current merch shop system, as I feel that the prices are quite steep for the product. As of now, I'm outsourcing production production, inventory, and shipping to a third party, hence why the prices are as such. I'm slowly looking at some local suppliers and planning to take over the production. That means you can expect cheaper stuff, but they will be limited stock. The current lineup I'm conceptualizing is stickers and keychains for the whole Hungry Llamu series, which includes Pokeball and Sea Mongrel. So you can look out for that in the future. What is your favorite project you've worked on? Definitely Sea Mongrel. I'm a big fan of RPGs, so developing one myself really excited me a lot. Do you ever feel unsatisfied with any of your projects? I feel that Pokeball was lacking a bit in content and its writing was a little flat. However, I'm still proud of how it came out, especially since it was developed in a different engine that I wasn't familiar with. Who is your favorite protagonist? Kim and Theo are the ones I had the most fun developing, since they're actually loosely based off me and my girlfriend's relationship. What is your favorite hybrid? I would say the Meishan pig from Pokemon, with just how unique its design is. Are you happy with how the story played out? Yep, I feel that it ended really nicely and tied up any loose ends in the series. The ending was actually thought of during the development of Pokeball, which allowed me to incorporate hints of it in that game. If you could change one thing, what would it be? After thinking about this question for some time, I realized I actually really like how everything played out in the series, so honestly, nothing. What do you think of the fan base? I love them. I love all the art, all the edits, all the videos. I love them all. Give me more! How did the popularity of the series affect you as a game developer? There were times where I felt that I was trapped within the series, which made me feel like I couldn't fully develop the games that I wanted to make that wasn't directly related to it. But in the end, I still thoroughly enjoyed developing the entirety of it, and I learned so much, not just about developing, but also other aspects like marketing my games. How are you? I'm good. Thanks for asking. Do you mind people making OCX canon ships? Nope, not at all. Feel free to make fan comics with the characters as long as they are credited. What's your favorite sandwich? Recently been eating a lot of tuna, so maybe that. How many chicken nuggets from Burger King can you eat? I think I'd physically stop at 20, but that's just because I would feel really bad. Can I have 20 bucks? Nope. So that's all the time we have for the questions. If there are any we didn't find in this video, I'll personally try to answer them in the post itself. I know I've said this a billion times already, but I cannot stress it enough. Thank you so much for supporting the series. I hope you all stick around for future projects, be it videos, stickers, and more games. But for now, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.